Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black with Strat Time Report, and we've got the Fed coming this afternoon, and we got a whole lot of nothing. So, what's going on here? You go spy inside day. All right, can't break the yesterday's highs or lows as yet. Right, and you can see the week. We still need to see how that week breaks because we've taken out the highs and the lows, and now we're back in the middle. So, what we did have, as you know, we're always watching those 60s. So what you did have a little bit of the inside 60 to the downside. Right now you got a new 60, but stuck inside this bar's range, and we've seen this over and over again, and over the summer. So with the Fed coming, that might not change. So there's not a lot of signals triggering because you got QQQ also inside on the day, right? And still trying to see if we can break that week, but here you can see on the 60 it broke down a little bit and then coming back, and we can expect these reversals back and forth on an inside day because there's really nothing going on. So until the end of the day when people figure out that things are doing nothing, because you go down to small cappers, not an inside day, but on that month, still inside on the month, right? You got that weekend down, but now you're counter. So a lot of this stuff is in conflict. You can see now going inside on the 60, looks like here IWM. Yep, inside on the 60. So a lot of this stuff is going to be holding patterns till the Fed. If we go to Dow Jones Diamonds, another inside day. So some people choose not to trade on inside days. The good thing is that some of the stocks that are moving will stand out because a lot of things are just doing nothing. And if you go like the transports here, not quite an inside day, but you can see still an inside week. So a lot of things and just holding patterns, but we can find a few. UPST. And UPST, we've known about this one since here on the month. This is what you look for. So a lot of people ask about swing trades and stuff like that, and watch lists. And how do I find something to keep an eye on as opposed to jumping around every day? Well, something like this. This is a monthly reversal. That's two down by taking out the lows, and then boom, 2-2 reversal here as soon as it starts gunning through here. And as long as this stays green and the week stays green, looking to take this thing out, which it did, and then some. Good things tend to happen when you trade with continuity and major reversals like that. Then you get your inside day. Boom, off she goes one more time because that month is still good. You're at exhaustion risk because you're going into the highs, but so far so good. UPST. If we go to Tesla, and a good question I had today that I get a lot, because we talk about time frame continuity and having the all time frames green. And Tesla's not. It's red on the week and it's 2 down, right? It's slightly red on the month, but it's a 2 up. That's some conflict there. But any day that the day is green and the 60 is green, that overrides the longer time frames because I can't identify the sellers anymore. At least today I can't. Now, if the 60 goes red on me, they could be back, right? But as long as that's not happening, the sellers that I've identified are gone. So here, you see this on the daily, 2 down, boom, hammer, 2-2 reversal, right? Back up through previous range for TSLers. Right now, just stuck like a lot of things. And in this environment, a lot of times less is more waiting for this Fed, especially when you have like nothing happening in sector land. So if we go to NRXP, and NRXP, just we know that this thing can move around, right? You can see this thing move around, and so now you got potential mother bar problems because you're back in the middle of this range, right? That's an issue. If you go to 15, halt, boom. So moving around, so for scalping, you can keep an eye on that thing. If you go to CRM from last night's video, there you go. Nice 2 down, inside day, back through previous range. Where are the stops, Rob? Top of this, top of that, top of that. Boom. Call that pivot machine gun. And if that works, Momo Hammer week. All right. Anybody got short last week in here? Boom. You stick it to them right there. If that works, you can take out last month's highs. In CRM, then all you got to do is wait for this. Tight range, inside. Stop them out. RevStrat, right there. Boom. 1-2-2 back to the upside CRM. If we go to Lowe's, in Lowe's, you might have heard me talking about kicking patterns. All right, this is textbook right here, right? They got rid of all of them yesterday. Anybody short can stay short. But boy, once it gaps up into here, they all go underwater because everybody, all the longs were dumped out, shorts could stay in, and then boom, let's go the other way. Now it just stalls out, but uh, those are tough to reverse on any major way because you're not taking this thing red. I'll tell you that right now, right? And if that works, and you get your outside week, and looking for the outside month. So right now we're looking to take this out, 201.42. Did it. Thank you. There you go. Now inside in the 60, but it's just stalling out like a lot of things. If we go to MNDY, inside on the 60 now, new issue. We can see the nice long green exhaustion risk by going into the highs, but long green bars is what we like, and you can see that right here on that daily. And we get anything on the 15ers? A little choppy here on the 15ers. And inside 60 and inside 30, so we'll see if they can any more in the tank there for Monday. If we go to, believe it or not, letter X, and letter X does its job. This is what we say. It's like when you have this 2 down here by taking out the previous month's lows. 2-2 reversal. We're going to take out these guys, and these guys in one shot, and these two become an outside bar of that. So it did its job. Now it's just kind of stalling out. You can see that slight stop them out here yesterday. 2 down slightly, and then boom, 2-2 reversal for these to become an outside bar of that. Right now it's stalling out like a lot of things with market. If we go to NIU, and NIU here last week goes out on the lows after an inside week to the downside here. But then when you take this out, there's RevStrat 1, 2, 2 on the week. All right, you can see that having a nice little day here. Here was your inside 30, looks like there. So we'll see if that sets up again. Looking to take these guys out because we know broadening formations exist. And so when you have your lower low, like where's the higher high, Rob? This. You gonna take that out? Yep. That's going to be 26.82. Give me 26.83 on this thing. All right, NIU. And early in the month, but what takes it back green and sets up potential hammer, but we got a lot of time on that. If you go to Palantir, and Palantir having a nice little day, so get a little boost if you can get this 2-2 month back up. 26.13 is what you need, right? So it's getting closer to that, and you can see this slightly lower low, and then bam, outside bar to the upside. We'll see how that sets up again for us. If you go to VIR, and VIR, slight lower low, 2-2 reversal, boom, these become an outside bar of all that, and if that works, takes out last week's highs and get an extra boost if you can get that reversal here over 47.28. It's actually going to be an outside bar because it took out those lows. So looking to be an outside bar here. And once again, you always look for that slight lower low. There it is. Boom. Right back to the previous range, and there was your inside 30. We'll see if that sets up. If you go to DraftKings, and DraftKings still stuck on the week a little bit, but looking for that RevStrat month. 1, 2, and back up over this. 53.39. You're not quite there yet, but it gets set up by the day. Taking out the previous low. Boom. 2-2 reversal back to previous range. DraftKings, and then you get yourself an inside 30 Momo hammer here, as well as here for your entries. If we go to, we got crude Wednesday. Crude pokes down, doesn't do much off the number, but we do know to keep an eye on the XLE, albeit today doing nothing because we got these inside weeks to the downside. OIH, we're just not getting much out of the stocks right now. Like I said, a whole ton of inside days right now. Right, that needs to change. Right, and that might not happen until tomorrow. So with so many inside days, less is more. Kicking back, waiting for the Fed, see if that can get anything going. AMD was coming down, but now rallying back. And AMD, triangle day out. Outside 30 pokes up to stop all these guys out, now coming back down. So this is what you look for. There's your outside bar, now 15er. So in 5 minutes when this closes out, Anything below this is something I'm going to want to know about because you're back into here after stopping out a bunch of the tight stoppers. And if that works, you might get that inside weak to the downside. Because SMH, yeah, you guessed it, still inside day, but you haven't had a reversal to the upside here as yet, and you're taking out last week's lows. Still looking for potential outside monther. With NVIDIA, here, now an inside weak to the downside very slightly. All right, so still stuck on here, not doing too much on the day. There was a couple of groups that were weak. We got gold names, GLD, not doing much. GDX though, coming down. Gold stocks coming down, and that's going to give you FNV. That's going to give you RGLD. There, you got Newmont, all your faves. And of course the J-Nuggers for a little bit more bang for the buck. We had W coming down just slightly, but now stuck, not really doing much. VRPX, a big gap up. And now trying to come into the gap. So we can keep an eye on this thing, on this 60. See if this inside 60 can break and give me down sideways measured move. That would be real nice. So at this point, like I said, a lot of this stuff is less is more, and a lot of the things I like to show you are, examples of what to look for. Right? You're like, well, those things already happen. I'm like, well, as you can see, every day this stuff happens over and over and over. You just got to know what to look for and where to look for it. If we had anything, we had XLP with the golds going 2-2 reversal to the downside, but not a lot of oomph in there. As you can see, Proctor down a little bit off of that, but just a lot of things just stalling out. So be careful there. And so the good thing is we could nail it down to just a few stocks as opposed to a ton. And the problem is that we don't have like discernible sector action. We prefer that because that shows us what institutions are doing and what they're doing in different sectors. Right now, it's pretty fragmented outside of let's dump some gold. So we'll wait for the Fed and summertime, and then watching tomorrow for all these inside days. Which way do they break, right? We want to know about that, right? Because it's a potential simultaneous break where if all these inside days break in one or the other direction, we get a nice move out of the market. So we'll have to see and wait and see for that. But we still got some day left, so we'll see what the Fed has to say. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black, with the Strat Time Report.